Have you ever wondered what really happens to a woman's body and mind when she goes a long time without intimacy? The answer may be much deeper and more impactful than you imagine. Lack of intimacy is not just a matter of pleasure or desire. It can affect your mood, your sleep, your health, and even your longevity. The worst part? Most people don't notice the signs until it's too late. Today, we're going to reveal the silent effects no one talks about, how your brain reacts, how your body responds, and why science warns that prolonged periods without intimacy can harm your quality of life. And don't leave before the end, because the final revelation may completely change how you see your health and well-being. Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you even more valuable content. Now, let's get straight to the truth. No one tells you. What happens to the brain and mood when intimacy disappears? Many people think intimacy is just a physical act, but the truth is that your brain depends on it to regulate your mood and emotions. When a woman goes months or even years without intimacy, some changes become inevitable. Drop in serotonin and dopamine. These are the hormones responsible for pleasure and well-being. Without them, sadness and discouragement can become more frequent. Increase in anxiety and stress. Intimacy helps release oxytocin, known as the bonding hormone. Without it, many women feel more isolated and emotionally vulnerable. Insomnia and worsened sleep quality. The brain needs the release of endorphins and oxytocin to fully relax. Without this, sleep cycles are affected, leading to restless nights and constant fatigue. Lower self-esteem and confidence. The lack of physical connection can make some women feel like they've lost their glow, their attractiveness, and even their connection with their own bodies. Emotional disconnection and isolation. Many women report that, over time, they feel less motivated to socialize and end up withdrawing from new experiences. But that's not all. The impact on the body can be even more surprising. What happens to the body when intimacy disappears? If you think a lack of intimacy doesn't affect the body, it's time to reconsider. Science has shown that prolonged periods without intimacy can trigger unexpected changes, some of them even dangerous. Weakened immune system. Studies indicate that women with an active, intimate life have higher levels of immunoglobulin A, IgA, an essential antibody for fighting viruses and bacteria. This means that without frequent intimacy, the body may have more difficulty protecting itself from colds, flu, and other illnesses. Increased cardiovascular risk. During intimate activity, hormones such as adrenaline and oxytocin help improve blood circulation and lower blood pressure. When this stimulus is absent, the risk of hypertension and heart disease can increase. Weakened muscles and bones. Believe it or not, intimacy also plays a role in strengthening bones and muscles. The reason? The release of testosterone during intimate contact, a hormone that contributes to maintaining bone and muscle mass. In other words, the lack of activity can accelerate bone loss and even increase the risk of osteoporosis. Reduced natural lubrication and loss of tissue elasticity. The lack of stimulation can cause the intimate area to lose elasticity and natural lubrication. This can lead to discomfort or even pain when trying to resume activity after a long period of abstinence. Declining sexual desire. Libido functions like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. The problem is that the longer a woman goes without intimacy, the less desire she feels. This can create a vicious cycle that's difficult to break. But there's an even bigger impact, the silent effect of a lack of intimacy on longevity. The impact on longevity. How intimacy affects your lifespan. What if I told you that women who maintain an active, intimate life can actually live longer? Would you believe it? Science has already proven that intimacy has a direct impact on longevity. But what exactly happens in the body that allows some women to live longer than others? Longer telomeres, the secret to aging better. Researchers have discovered that women who maintain an active, intimate life tend to have longer telomeres, structures in DNA that help slow down cellular aging. This means that women with frequent intimacy can keep their bodies younger for longer. A healthier heart, a lack of intimacy, can negatively affect blood circulation and oxygenation, increasing the risk of cardiovascular diseases, strokes, and high blood pressure. Lower risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Studies suggest that prolonged lack of intimacy can reduce brain plasticity, increasing the chances of cognitive decline in old age. But here's something even more surprising. Can intimacy help prevent cancer? Yes. Research shows that regular intimacy is associated with a lower incidence of breast and gynecological cancers. This is because the hormones released help regulate essential cellular processes that protect the body. In other words, lack of intimacy doesn't just affect your present, it could also impact your long-term health. And if you're in a relationship, there's something crucial that needs to be discussed. The impact on relationships. The silent threat that can destroy a bond. If you're in a relationship and have noticed that intimacy is becoming increasingly rare, be careful. What many people don't realize is that a lack of intimacy can be one of the first signs of emotional disconnection. The connection weakens. Intimacy is not just physical. It is a fundamental pillar of communication and emotional connection in a couple. When this disappears, many women start feeling less desired and less valued, which can lead to frustration and insecurity. The cycle of emotional disconnection. Many women begin avoiding intimacy because they no longer feel emotionally connected to their partner. But at the same time, this lack of contact only increases the emotional distance between them. Increase in conflicts and irritability. Research shows that couples who go for long periods without intimacy are more likely to argue frequently and feel dissatisfied in their relationship. But what if I told you there are ways to reverse this situation? Breaking the routine. Small daily gestures of affection and connection can help bring couples closer again. Hormone therapy, if necessary. In some cases, hormonal changes can affect desire and natural lubrication. Consulting a doctor may be essential to restoring balance. Creating quality time together. Reintroducing small rituals of connection, such as special dinners or deep conversations, can be a first step toward rebuilding intimacy. And if you're single and feel like a lack of intimacy is affecting your life, there's another side to this story. The power of self-discovery, how to reconnect with life's pleasures. The absence of intimacy does not have to mean the end of desire or personal fulfillment. In fact, this may be the perfect moment to rediscover your own connection with yourself. Self-care as a key to well-being. Taking care of yourself is the first step toward rebuilding self-esteem and confidence. Practices such as exercise, meditation, and even therapeutic massages help release the hormones that are missing due to lack of intimacy. Rediscovering your own body. Connecting with yourself can be a way to stimulate desire and maintain sensitivity. Experts recommend that women who go long periods without intimacy find ways to stay connected to their bodies through touch, dance, or even sensory therapies. Reprogramming the mind to feel desire again. Desire does not disappear, it only falls asleep. The key to reactivating it is allowing yourself to explore new forms of pleasure, whether emotional, mental, or physical. Now that you understand the impact of a lack of intimacy on the body, mind, and relationships, let's move on to the conclusion and a powerful call to action. If there's one thing we've made clear in this video, it's that female intimacy goes far beyond pleasure. It influences mental health, physical health, and even longevity. If you've gone a long time without intimacy and started noticing these effects, don't ignore the signs. There is a way to restore desire, strengthen your body, and, most importantly, live with better quality. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Leave a comment below. Your opinion might help many others going through the same situation. And if this video made sense to you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos with essential content like this. See you in the next video.